Hi everyone, my name is Hannah Gapham and my survival skill video is on survival gardening. What survival gardening means is the ability to sustain yourself and your family with food grown in your garden. In this video, I will demonstrate two different crops that you can grow in your garden. One is a nutrition crop and the other one is a more supplementary crop that I was able to actually produce food from. The survival crop that I'm going to be planting today is amaranth. This is a nutrition crop in the book Survival Gardening by David the Good. It is labeled as a nutrition crop and it can be grown both as a grain and as a leaf vegetable. I will be growing the leaf vegetable variety because it is a lot easier to grow and the grain is a bit of a process. Amaranth is a good survival crop because it can withstand drought and it often reseeds. It also likes open ground and broken ground, which you will see in how I plant it, and this differs greatly with other plants, as you will see with the bell pepper plant that I'm also planting. So the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna take a large pot and you're gonna fill it with soil. Normally if you're planting amaranth, you're gonna have a large bed. It is recommended 4 by 8 feet with paths in between for easy access, but I am on a balcony, so I have a large pot with plenty of room and soil for the amaranth. So once you have your large pot filled with soil, you're going to take your amaranth seeds. I have burgundy amaranth, the vegetable kind, which, as I said earlier, is very important because the grains do not grow as well and they're much more of a process to grow. So you're gonna remove open your package, and because the soil is so loose, all you're gonna do is dust the seeds into the pot, and then you're gonna sprinkle a loose covering of soil over your seeds, and then you are going to water them deeply. An amaranth grows in about a month and it can be planted at any season in Florida, in South Florida. So my survival skill is learning and teaching how to plant certain plants to be able to sustain yourself. So I have a bell pepper plant. It's a Bonnie green bell pepper. And then you're also gonna need a pot, a pretty sizable one. Each plant needs about 12 to 18 inches in between it. And then also soil. This one is fast draining soil for more arid plants, but you can also get a more vegetative mix of soil. So the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna fill up your bucket with your soil till about more than halfway. I would say about 3/4. And I also have a little spatula because there's ants in the potting soil. So once you have your soil about 3/4 of the way full, or like at this little line is where I put mine, you're gonna create a well in it. You're gonna create a well that's about as deep as your plant. So this is about 3 or 4 inches. You're just gonna, you can use this or you can just use your hands. You're gonna dig and kind of just push the soil to the edges until you get about 3 to 4 inches down. I'm gonna add a little bit more soil because I want my plant to be elevated and have plenty of room for root growth. But then you just pat down the edges of your well. So the next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna remove your plant from its nursery pot. You're gonna do that by carefully pushing on the edges of the pot to kind of loosen the soil and the root ball that has formed, which is this kind of like congestion of roots at the bottom. And then you should be able to pull it out like that. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna break up all this soil and get all the soil out of these roots and kind of free up the roots. So just carefully pushing it, making sure not to break any of the roots, so that you don't damage the growth. So you're gonna break it up until it's about this. So you're gonna have most of the soil gone. A lot of times it's hard to get all of it, so you can leave a little bit up at the top, but notice how all these roots are free? That's what you want. So you're gonna take your pot from earlier, your big pot, and with the well you created in here, you're just gonna put your plant right in the well, like this, and then push all the dirt that's around the edges towards the center so that the plant stays in place and stays stable. And then you're gonna have to pat it down a little bit, like right around the stem of the plant, so that it remains upright and can stay stable. Yeah, now it's planted. And now you just have to water it whenever you notice that the soil is dry. A lot of times you can put your finger in it and tell. And then also make sure it's in a place with bright light.